Hello students, today I am going to teach you the lesson The Maths Teacher, Mr. Pink and Tipu. But please subscribe my channel. Let's see the lesson. Here you can see the animation. Tipu had gone to the open space near the shimul tree just behind the house. His eyes suddenly fell on the man standing under the tree. "Hello," said the man, smiling. Tipu just stared at him. He had never seen anyone like him, so short, no beard, no mustache, yet he was not a child. No child has such a deep voice. His skin was smooth, his complexion the color of the sandalwood tint with pink. In fact, Tipu thought of him as Mr. Pink. The man walked across to Tipu and said, "Do you have reason to be sad?" He said, "Why no, I don't think so." "But you are supposed to be sad. This is what the calculations showed." "What kind of sadness?" "The kind of sadness I meant would make the back of your ears go. Your palms would feel dry." "No, I am not feeling that sad." Now the man began to look rather sad himself. He shook his head and said, "That means I cannot be released yet." "What?" said Tipu in complete surprise. "Would you be set free if I felt unhappy?" The man looked straight at Tipu. "Are you 10.5 years old, and is your name Master Tarpan Chowdhury?" "Yes." "Then there is no mistake, and it is not enough if you feel sad. The cause of sadness must be removed. Only then can I think of release." "What release are you talking about? You appear to be walking about freely." "That is not my land. I have been exiled here. Now don't ask too many questions. You will get gingira if you try to learn so much. God knows what kind of an element it was." But who did this man remind Tipu of? Riflestein? Or was he one of the Snow White seven dwarfs? Tipu was passionately fond of fairy tales. "Goodbye," said the man. "We shall meet again when you feel sad." The man jumped over a mulberry tree and vanished from sight. That had happened about 6 weeks ago. Tipu did not see the man again. But he needed him now, for he was desperately. The reason for this was the new math teacher in the school, Narhari Babu. Tipu did not like him from the very beginning. The disaster occurred 2 days later. During the lunch break, Tipu sat in the class reading a story book. "What book is that, Tarpan? Let me see it." It was the new math teacher. Tipu handed the book to him. Narhari Babu thumbed its pages for a minute. Then he exploded. "Kings, queens, princess demands birds of pearl on a tree of diamonds. What a pack of nonsense! How do you suppose you will ever learn mathematics if you keep reading this idiot?" But there are only stories," Tipu stammered. "Stories? Shouldn't stories make sense? Or is it enough simply to write what You should read about great men, about explorers, and about scientific inventions, the evolutions of a man, things that have to do with the real world. Tipu felt silent. He had not realized a small remark from him would trigger off such a trait. After school, Tipu wandered off and found himself in front of the Vishnu Das house. A white horse was tethered there. Tipu came here often to look at the horse, but today his mind was elsewhere. Deep down in his heart, he knew the new math teacher would try. He's reading storybooks. How would he survive without it? His reading such stories had never stopped him from doing well in math. Had it about to leave when he saw Narhari Babu walking up to the doorstep of Vishnu Das house. Tipu hid himself the jam rule tree. The front door of the house opened and Vishnu Ram himself came out and greeted Narhari Babu. Nice horse, where did you get it? Asked Tipu's teacher. Calcutta. It used to be a race horse called Pegasus. Pegasus? The name seemed vaguely familiar, but Tipu could not recall where he had heard it. What a strange name, said the maths teacher. I used to ride whenever I could. Oh, that was a long time ago. Would you like to ride this one? Tipu stared in amazement as his teacher climbed onto the horse's back in one swing movement and pressed its flanks with his heels. The horse began to trot. That evening, his math teacher came to see Tipu's father and asked him to lock the storybook away from Tipu's reach as they had a bad influence on children. 2 days later, totally cut off from his world of fantasy, Tipu realized he was really feeling sad. It was decidedly the kind of sadness Mr. Pink had told. Now he was Tipu's only hope if Mr. Pink had told him where he had. Hello, oh, was a surprise. When did he arrive? Tipu had seen him come. The back of your ears are blue, your palms seem dry. I can tell you have reason to feel sad, Mr. Pink said. What happened? Tipu related his tale of woe. I shall have to think carefully, said Mr. Pink. Didn't I see Narhari Babu ride a horse yesterday in the field? Mr. Pink said, there will be a full moon tonight if you wish to see what happens. Then come to the field as the moon reaches the top of the palm tree. But make sure no one sees you. So saying, the man took a giant leap over the mulberry tree and disappeared. When the moon rose, Tipu went to the field. There he hid behind a bush and waited. Soon afterwards, Tipu heard another noise, clip-clop, clip-clop, which ate the horse. Was it the horse? It was indeed the same horse with Narhari Babu on its back. Disaster struck at this precise moment. Tipu's nest stilled the stillness of the night. The horse stopped. Someone flashed a powerful torch on Tipu. The horse stopped. Tarpan! The horse began to trot up to him, but suddenly it raised its foreleg high in the air, neighed loudly. What followed took Tipu's breath away. The horse took off from the ground, flapping two large wings that had grown from its sides. Tipu's teacher flung his arms round the horse's neck and hung as best as he could. Pegasus, it came back to Tipu in a flash. It was a Greek tale. Medusa was an ogress, every stud of whose hair was a venomous snake, the very sight of whom made men turn into stone. The valiant Perseus chopped off her, and from her blood was born Pegasus, the winged horse. Go home, Tarpan. Mr. Pink was standing beside Tipu, his golden hair gleaming in the night moonlight. Everything is all right. Narhari Babu had to go to the hospital. He stayed there for 3 days. Although there was no sign of any physical injury, he talked to no one. Upon being asked what the matter was, he also shivered and looked away. On the fourth day, he was discharged. He came straight to Tipu's house. As soon as he had left, father called Tipu and said, "You may take your books from my cupboard." Narhari Babu said he didn't mind you reading fairy tales any more. Tipu never saw the strange man again. He went looking for him and passed Vishnu Ram Babu's house on the way. The house was still tethered to the same spot, but there was absolutely nothing behind the factory except a big chameleon pink from head to tail. Thank you for watching my video. Like and subscribe.